Military analyst and former commander of NATO forces in southern Afghanistan, retired Major General David Fraser, joins me now. Major, thank you so much for giving me your time. I do appreciate it.
Angie, good to be with you.
This is an interesting turn of events, I would say. I want to get your assessment here off the top right now in terms of what you're seeing unfolding in Russia. Is this something that one could have anticipated?
Well, I think this is Putin's second major strategic mistake. The first one was to invade Ukraine, and look what's happened there. The second one was to create these mercenaries in this Wagner Group, take one of his cronies, Prigozhin, and give them so much autonomy and so much power that now that animal is now biting Putin and seriously threatening Putin's regime, both in Russia and the operations in Ukraine. So this is the second strategic blunder that Putin himself has to take responsibility for.
With that being said, and with the direction things could potentially go in, the level of military might that the Wagner Group has, compared to, of course, the military might that the Russian military has, do you anticipate that we could be looking at an all-out upheaval in Russia, and that's where the attention is going to be pivoted towards? And this, of course, gives Ukraine a great deal of advantage.
Well, we are certainly, this weekend will be pivotal for Putin, both for his regime, the war in Ukraine, because what the Wagner Group has done in Rostov-on-Don is actually interdicted and occupied a very key military facility and city that actually supports the operations in Ukraine. And so what's going to happen here is 25,000 mercenaries, tactically are not going to be able to take on the Russian army. But do the people of Russia actually start to pay attention to Prigozhin and his criticisms of the Russian leadership and all the corruption that is going on there? If we start seeing people go over to the side of the Wagner, this could actually turn into not just a mutiny, but actually a civil war.
Do you have any sense of how much support there is for the group, or they're getting?
Well, we've seen this in the open press here in the West, and it's also being shown on the Russian media. But the fact that this is now spilled out, and now you've got actually people inside of Russia now facing the Wagner Group and starting to talk about this. This is probably the greatest threat that Putin has had for this war and for his regime, his 23-year regime, that you finally have somebody that is standing up to him. Not directly, but it has been forced to stand up to Putin because of not getting paid, not getting supplied, being bombed on is the allegation. And as a result, now Putin has to address this weekend and have it resolved before Monday. It is just astronomically a disaster for Putin that this is happening. And if I was the Ukrainians, I would be attacking in full force, because the Russians are now focused on internal matters and not Ukraine itself.
And the international community, of course, keeping a very close eye. We've heard from the United States and the UK saying we've got to be, standing tall and strong with our allies here as we see what unfolds here. What do you anticipate the response, or I guess what they should be watching for? Because it all is, it is a very sort of tumultuous, difficult situation, dangerous situation. It can be. What about the role of the international community here?
Well, these types of mutinies that have happened in the past, the one thing that is history has shown, they never go the direction that the mutineers want to go. They go somewhere else.
Right.
And it never goes in the direction that, that they are mutinying against. And in this case, it's Putin. So the West will be looking at trying to see that this doesn't unravel to the point where we have issues both in Ukraine and in Russia at the same time. I think everybody should be very concerned because, how much does Putin have a grip of Russian society? Does this unravel? And what are the second and third orders of consequences and effects? This is as more worrisome than just the attack into Ukraine, because the Russian society and all the nuclear forces they have and everything they're doing in Africa and around the world, Russia is not a country to sneeze about.
It is very interesting developments that we're, we've seen here, and we'll certainly be keeping a close eye to see where things are going to go from here. As you say, the next few days are quite pivotal in all of this. Major, thank you so much for giving me your time. As always, we'll certainly be speaking to you again on this. CTV's military analyst and retired Major General David Fraser. Again, Major, we appreciate your time today.
Angie, thank you.